Hi and welcome to Spooky Mystery. Tonight we will be hearing the real-life spine-chilling paranormal encounter of a handful of our viewers. All our stories have been anonymous. We will also look into urban legends, haunted hospitals, haunted schools, the supernatural, horror crime, and so much more. Scary Spooky Mystery, here we look into all the answers and ask all the questions. We will view videos, react, and comment. We will bring entertainment and bring real spooky stuff to you to enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay spooky.
The Halloween Mask, a tale of terror. There was a boy named Lenny who really loved Halloween. It was his favourite holiday, and he always tried to celebrate in style, making it a memorable event for everyone. Every year, he would save up to buy the best mask, the best costume, the best decorations, and throw the best party that anyone had ever seen. This year was no different. He was determined to outdo himself. But this year, the party was at his friend's house because his parents had no plans to go away for the weekend. They planned the biggest and best party of the year, with lots of scares and horror, making sure it was unforgettable. Of course, afterwards, Lenny would take all the credit for an epic horror night that everyone would talk about for weeks. Lenny was getting ready for the party at his friend's house. He got dressed up in a shaggy black coat with big black boots and a long flowing hooded cape. Then he put on his Halloween mask and admired himself in the mirror. It was the most scary, most hideous mask he had ever seen. He was sure that everyone at the party would be terrified when they set eyes on it. When Lenny turned up at his friend's house, the party was already in full swing, with laughter and music filling the air. He could hear the loud music coming from behind the door, making the whole house seem alive. Various that his friend started without him, thinking it's okay, he would make a grand entrance, as he always loved to do. He rang the doorbell, and his friend opened the door, grinning widely. His friend acted surprised, but quickly ushered him inside, eager to show him off to the other guests. He looked around the living room, taking in the festive decorations and lively atmosphere. Some people were dancing energetically, and others were talking, drinking, and nibbling at the buffet, enjoying the night. There were witches, ghosts, skeletons, vampires, and zombies, all mingling together. None of the masks were very scary, just simple and fun. Lenny was sure he had the best mask and costume, feeling a sense of pride. He stood there waiting for someone to comment on his mask, but nobody paid any attention to him. He was disappointed and confused. Wandering around the room, he tried to give everyone a good look at the mask, hoping for some reaction. He wanted them to be scared, to feel the thrill he had intended. He wanted to cause a stir, to be the center of attention. One girl tapped on his shoulder, finally noticing him. "Hey, who are you supposed to be?" she asked, curiosity in her eyes. Lenny tried to reply, but he couldn't move his mouth. The mask was too restrictive. The mask felt too tight, making it hard to breathe and speak. He was embarrassed, turned around, and went to get a glass of Halloween punch. He tried to pull the mask off to take a drink, but it wouldn't budge. It seemed to be stuck fast to his face. He pulled and tugged on it, but no matter what he did, he couldn't get it off. It was hot in the house, and he could feel himself sweating under the mask. He needed to get it off. He needed to get it off now. Grabbing a knife out of the drawer in the kitchen, he felt a surge of desperation. He quickly locked himself in the bathroom, hoping for some privacy. He looked in the mirror, and desperate, he started scratching and tearing at the mask, his fingers trembling. It hurt, but he had to get it off. The pain was intense, but he couldn't stop. Getting desperate, he took the knife and sliced into the mask, cutting little straps of rubber off, hoping it would help. Gradually, a queue lined up wanting to use the toilet, unaware of his struggle inside. People started getting impatient and knocking at the door, calling out, "What is going on in there? Hurry up!" Lenny was in a panic and tried peeling off pieces from the mask, his heart racing. But no matter how much he sliced and peeled off, he just couldn't get it off. The mask seemed to cling tighter. What if he could never get it off? The thought terrified him. He couldn't understand what was wrong. Why wouldn't it come off? He started hacking more at the mask with the knife, ripping more rubber off, his frustration growing. More and more people banged at the door. "Come on!" they shouted, their voices growing louder. "What are you doing in there?" they demanded, their patience wearing thin. From inside the bathroom, they heard Lenny screaming, "It won't come off! My mask! It won't come off!" His voice was filled with despair. More people gathered outside, worried, banging on the door. One girl puzzled. She spoke with him earlier. "What mask?" she said. But he wasn't wearing a mask. The truth was more terrifying than they could imagine. It was his real face. The horror was real.